Hey everyone, we're the Bearded Bastards from the Villain's Demand, bringing you session 35 of our D&D game, the Ancient War Reborn. Session before this was pretty intense, and this is probably going to be even more intense. But with that, I'm your DM, JUD.
Hey guys, I'm Evan the Great with the Villain's Demand, playing your Elven Bard Paladin Luda Silverstring, Paladin of Bahamut, Harper agent, friend of Leolson, ally of a few.
Hey, I'm the Bearded Wonder with the Villain's Demand, and I play Vesper Noric, the Moon Elf Rogue / Warlock of Cloth.
I am Smiley with the Villain's Demand, playing Rhykerr, the Azure Tongued.
So, with that, Rhykerr, give me the recap.
We have spoken to Acria and Leosin, developed a semblance of a half-assed plan, one that we may very well die in. But if we do nothing, then nothing will be gained. We're preparing to march to Iymrith's lair, with the faint hope, considering that miniature there, that she will not be there.
Could be a statue.
I doubt it.
You don't think that she might have a statue of herself sitting around? You already ran into one. You know this. Evan the Great, would you like to care to tell us all what happened the last time you guys ran into this dragon?
It was a sad day. It was in the Temple of the Giants. What was it called? The Allfather.
Allfather.
Harshnag fought this beast off so we can escape. And it killed Harshnag, but it's not dead. It lives. It came back and attacked more giants. Its foul plan to bring Tiamat has led us to this point. And Luda kind of hope it's here.
So,
I'd rather die fighting
I
it.
mildly wonder, out of character, if the two sisters are here as well,
it's possible.
or the Storm King for that matter.
So, this is the plan of action you guys have decided to take. You're going to go challenge Iymrith.
Yes, well, by 96 hit points.
Yes, Rhykerr had told you of all the dragons that he knew of with the worm speakers. This is the route you guys chose. You could have chose maybe something easier. Not to say that any of it is probably easier, and all might be about the same difficulty, but this is the one you chose because you just lost the blue drag mask to this dragon. So you guys have begun to prepare yourself. Jason Blagotsko is going to go because him and Rhykerr have interest in the mask for the Zentarium. Leosa, not trusting them, has decided to go with you.
I'm wounded.
So now the Harpers are here. And Vesper has kind of been her own person, and no one seems to trust her due to Cloth wanting the mask. So it's almost like you're all one team, but you're divided into 3 factions.
Even the factions might be divided. He's wanting to give it to the Harper agents, and I'm wanting to give it to the Dragons.
Well, actually,
But he would agree with that.
Yeah.
actually, since Vesper has learned some information about these masks,
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna write it. I'll just say it. Well, I don't know. She wants to have a private conversation with Leosin
Sure, before you leave, while you're gearing
before
up.
we leave. Yeah, somewhere
Okay.
where I can't be scryed on, preferably.
In a place right now, we'll just get out.
Okay. Well, if they all leave, then
Okay, fair enough.
I'll just tell Leosin that my plan is not really give Cloth the mask.
And he says, how can I trust you?
I was gonna tell him I found out what the masks do. If I can get my hand on the Red Dragon mask, I might be able to kill Cloth and get out of this deal that I made.
And you honestly think you can kill him? What makes you think we can kill the dragon we're about to fight?
Well, if we die, it won't be an issue, will it?
No, not for us. But for everyone else. Do you want to leave your mother with that burden?
No. But I made this deal and I need to get out of it.
He says, I don't think you can.
If I kill Cloth, it's over.
He says, who says you don't die with him?
Well, if I do, at least Klaus dead.
It's true. So you're going to not give him the mask at all.
No.
All right. Anything else?
That's pretty much it. My plan just get the red mask, kill Klaus.
Roll me a persuasion.
Persuasion.
Yeah, you're going to have a tough time winning him over after everything that's going on in this meeting.
21.
That'll work. You will beat the hard difficulty by 1. Just a quick question. Do you think you would have agreed with all this if you knew the mask were in the first place?
If I knew where the masks were?
No, if you knew if you knew they did.
If I knew what they did?
Yes. Do you think you would agree to do all this with cloth? Or maybe are you realizing that you've really fucked up?
I think Vesper's realizing that she fucked up.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So are you on a road to redemption?
Not so much redemption, but she just, I don't know. She wants to
Fixing a
make.
mistake.
She wants to
Leverage
fix her mistake that she's
A
made.
lot of mistakes start fixing.
Yeah.
You can also start with the cultist that I told you about. Damn. I was talking to him afterwards. He said, well, you told me they were cultists. Like, this is true.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, your girlfriend was down there helping him out, so.
She did not believe me when I said they were cultists.
So, so you guys are going to gear up. You're buying potions, doing everything you can because Vesper and Luda has faced this dragon before, if you want to even call it faced her. Rhykerr, being it's your mother, you know this dragon very well.
Hey.
Is there anything you need to fill anybody else in on that maybe you forgot yesterday, or do you think you've kind of just laid it all out? I'm only asking you this because I did give you a lot of information, and I do think there were some things you didn't say, but I don't know if you left them out on purpose or what.
Was it? I might have, might not have. I had actually slept last night for a change.
That's a lie.
I slept for 4 hours. That's a lot for me.
Man, a whole 4 hours, bro.
Dude, I never sleep. You know this. At least I assume you know this. I don't really know if you know this.
You drink and stay awake.
I do that.
All right, we're going to continue on here.
I
So,
will note that if one of the Yuan-Ti that nest within her lair, worshipping a statue of their god within.
as you guys are gearing up and walking back, Acrea's going with you guys. She kind of gives pause of that, and she tells you that's probably not a good sign.
What are they?
Yuan-Ti, snake people.
They never seemed threatening before.
Would we know what they are, though, in character?
I wouldn't think so.
They aid with her magics. They seem to just have a coexistence with one another, if that makes any sense.
But Leosin speaks up, they're fanatical also, though, when it comes to their demon god, too. So why would they side with her?
Because her lair has the shrine in it. Or at least that's my guess. I never converse with them very much.
He kind of looks at Luda. He also does, he says, then maybe we'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone today.
It could be that she has posed herself as Dindar the Night Serpent or what have you.
It's very possible. So when are you guys going to leave out? I mean, obviously you're gathering a lot of gear. It's at night. Some of this stuff might be a little bit more difficult to gather. I don't know if you want to rest because literally you had flown into Loudwater, teleported here. It is that evening.
It would be better to travel the sands when the sun is not as high.
Due to it being hot. Even though where you're going is in the north, it is still blazing hot there during
If
the
we
winter.
do have a rest night, I would like to, since I know my spells will come back, I would like to use some sending spells to send out to our allies to let them know exactly what the plan
Okay,
is.
we can get to that.
I am assuming that I've been to this desert several times.
Oh, yes.
So,
Yes. This is where
I know-
you went through that.
Yeah. So I'm assuming it's like essential, like basic desert dynamics where at night it's really fucking cold.
Yes,
At day it's really fucking
blazing
hot.
hot.
So
It's like
that
southeast
middle area
Missouri
works.
right now.
Yeah,
One day it's blazing hot, one day it's
it's snowing.
It's snowing, like literally. So, what about you, Vesper?
Yeah, I mean, leave out before dawn, I guess.
Well, no, is there anything you're wanting to do before you leave?
I guess I'm gonna give all my money to some of the Harpers or something, and just let them know that if I die, that the money goes to my mother
Okay.
to set her up.
Are you going to tell her that you're leaving and what you're about to do?
Yeah, I'll go have a talk with her in her room.
That terrifies her, what you're about to do.
Yeah, I'll tell her, I'll give her the amount of what I gave the Harpers, and that if I don't come back, it's all hers, so she'll be set.
She doesn't take it because she's expecting you to come back.
Well, I'll tell her I hope I come back, but if I don't, this will make sure that you're taken care of.
And she just tells you to leave it on the counter. She doesn't want nothing to do with it right now. You're her main focus.
Yeah.
I mean, what you told her about her brother earlier today, your brother or son, with her bustier gone, I mean, you are her focus. She wants you to focus. She does not want you to worry about her. She wants you to come back alive.
Vesper wants that too, but
Well,
you never know.
well, we don't know. I'm expecting the worst. Okay, so Luda, you want to send out some sending spells.
I also would like a meeting with the group.
Okay, well, you can have that here afterwards.
Okay.
So, because you all got to go together to the
Yeah.
teleporter anyways. Okay, how many sending spells are you going to send out?
I'm going to send the
All my
same.
sending spells.
I'm going to send the same message to.
I'm going to take this before you take your rest. Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay.
trying to do.
To 5 separate dragons.
The princess. Also, what's her name? The silver dragon. that was-
I'm leaving that on you, buddy. You tell me who the Silver Dragon was.
The one that's in town?
Oh, it's right here. Alteri.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to send one to Alteri, the princess, and Varys.
Okay. Princess first.
It's going to be the same message to all of them.
Okay.
We
Count it out.
are going to Iymrith Lair to try and take the half dragon and get the crown. If we encounter dragon, we will fight it.
Fair enough.
I send it to all three of them. So it's 3 sending spells. That's all I can do.
Sarissa tells you battling blue dragons at Iron Slag with fire giants. Vod and Nod is almost complete, trying to make way to Dwarven citadels. Good luck. So you've kind of got the feeling that there is a war going on up there by now.
Okay.
Varys does not know that word's dead yet.
So Varys, he sends
I always keep Varys in.
you submit Varys. He says you're crazy, but it's expected.
That's why I love him.
Is there anything we can do while you're gone? Tell Orid Snert is doing great.
Oh, that's sad.
You don't know.
I don't know.
No.
I know, but it's still sad.
Okay.
So good.
Now, are you going to send any messages back?
I will have to send one back to Varys.
That's what I figured.
You want to?
When you said that, I thought I got to pull on your
Yeah.
heartstrings.
I'm all teared up and stuff, man.
Tell Varys. Does he even know that Harshnag died?
He doesn't know Harshnag.
It-
It doesn't know
I mean,
heartstrings.
well, I've told him about him. I don't think he's.
No, I don't.
I
Wait,
don't
wait.
think he cares about you.
He don't, so I'm not gonna leave it out. I'm gonna send Varys another one. I'm gonna say, unfortunately, when we were hunting down Iymrith,
Nah, I count them out.
Unfortunately-
this is not a cell phone.
Unfortunately,
When we was hunting down Iymrith, Orin got slain protecting us so we could get out. I plan on
We need the body.
getting him back, but I gotta take off some few words to make that fit
That'll
in.
work. That'll work. I'm not gonna kick you in the
I'm
butt.
sure he knows what I mean by getting him back.
There's a long pause. There says, "We'll keep this from Snert. We'll look 2 ways to bring Ord back with all the magic here."
Teardrop, no.
Yeah. Drop.
crying face.
Yeah, crying face.
Cry face emoji.
And the princess, and then him, and then
You said.
Aturi, the dragon. That way the dragons know what we're doing.
Okay, what are you gonna tell her?
The same thing about her.
Oh, okay, that's the same message.
We're going to the lair of Iymrith to try to get her half dragon, get the crown. If we can't, we might have to fight Iymrith.
Okay. She tells you, she says, staying here in Waterdeep in case of attacks. Leosin has sent out information based on the spy. Watching out for black dragons.
So she also knows about the inside person.
Yeah, it's news by now. No, she wasn't at that meeting.
Oh, was it?
Mm-mm.
All right, so I got good news, bad news, kind of for everybody.
No, because once that come out, everybody had already started to spread out and start trying to get everything
I
together.
thought that meeting was the first meeting with the Silver Hand as well, which she was with.
Yeah, she was, but they didn't know there was a spy. She just said she had someone on the inside. She didn't say where they were or Accurate didn't, so no one knew exactly what was going on there. Leosin found out because Accurate told him because she was sick because your communication got cut off, and she sent her men out that way. So maybe that was her way of saying she had more faith in Greensfield Company if they had went than her own men.
Judging how Jason was crying in the middle of an ogre or Cyclops' stone garden, that was good.
Yeah, he was very mad. Oh, he couldn't get out of it.
So are we gonna meet up before we all rest for the evening?
Yes, you guys are gonna head out to the teleporter.
Because I'll share this information.
So you're there. You tell them your information.
I say, guys, I have sent spell messages out to our allies. Thirsty, the princess.
Thirsty.
Well, sir, what's her
That's
name?
That's a chick from Game of
Yeah.
Thrones.
I was thinking there, I know it.
My bad, I always get her name wrong. She says that they're fighting off the dragon invasion at Iron Slag, and Vodnog is almost complete. So
Voting on that, you have to be caught up on.
that's
You
good
have.
news.
She's accurate. Accurate filled you in on everything that's not.
For those in Greenfield Company, I have messaged Varys. He says that we're crazy. I think it's kind of fitting. But he also says that he's going to help me in trying to do something for Orid. And he said Snert is learning much. And then I pet Rupert on the head. And I've contacted my dragon friends. There is one within Waterdeep, and she's going to stay here to protect the city. So I think your mother's safe, Esper.
One dragon, a city that's basically
Well-
like New York.
It does
Doesn't
know.
Waterdeep have got a little bubble around it though?
You guys are not high enough level to know such things. And it is irrelevant to
Well, I'm
the
assuming
game.
that the dragon would though.
I want to tell Leosin, probably away from the group, or I can send him a message. If we get a hold of this half dragon, make sure that crown gets on my head.
So he plans on it. That's why he is coming. So you're not outnumbered.
Oh, I'll go up to Luda. I'm not gonna tell you exactly what I told Leosin because we're out in the open,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna just put my hand on your shoulder and be like, I know I fucked up, but you can trust me. I talked to Leosin already. He knows my plans.
Leosin will give you kind of an affirming nod. Doesn't seem like he's all that accepting, but he's giving you a nod. Like
Somehow
he
this
believes it.
weird separation has brought us back together tighter.
Except for there's no symbiotes. So, if anybody, because they're
Well,
both
fellas, coming,
Spider-Man.
then we got compacted to a turd right the
Thank you.
All right, so you guys are. Anything else that needs to be said before we teleport out?
Let's not die.
I tell everybody,
I'm expecting a couple deaths today.
I tell everybody, I've never used.
Especially if someone keeps using a fucking crossbow instead of that badass sword they've got.
I tell the group that I've never brung somebody back, but I do have a spell prepared I've never tried to use before in case that one of us fall.
Is it revivify?
No, it's raised dead.
All right. So you guys get to the crypt. The shield guardian's there. You sarcophagi. You go down. You teleport out. Next thing you know, you're in Everland, and your wizard's there. You've met this guy Rowan quite a few times.
He's a Harper agent.
Yes, he runs this tower.
We will fill him in on what's going on.
He doesn't have to. He's already talked to Leosin.
He's a badass. He'll come with us.
Huh?
He's a badass. Will he come with us?
You say that?
Why not?
Ask him.
I tell him that we're going.
Can't hurt, right?
Yeah, you really can't. If you think it'll just help. He may just give you, I don't know, but here's a wand that can kill
I
dragons.
look at Leosin like I'm about to do something stupid, maybe,
I love that
but
spell.
I
know, right?
I tell him that we're seeking Iymrith's lair because the half dragon that she's with has one of the crowns. We can use assistance if you can give it.
He said, as much as I would like to, we've already marched forces to the Dwarven citadels. We're preparing Everland for an attack. We only think that it's a matter of time before they head this way. Because where Everland's at, up to the north is Felbar, off to the northeast from that is Ironslag, they're real close. And then Adbar is to the far, it's real close to Iymrith's lair and it's been attacked big.
Okay.
So we're trying to take people in, we're trying to prepare ourselves. I'm needed here. He's like, but, and he pulls out a scroll, I do have a scroll of teleportation. Someone here knows where they're going. He said it'll get you there quicker.
Who knows where we're going?
I do. I've been many times. I was reborn there.
I accept his scroll and I thank him and I hand it to Rhykerr.
Thanks for opening my pocket and said, let's go walking.
He says be careful.
It would be foolish not to be.
He says you do know this will be a big blow to the cult of the dragon if you win. He was like, it's like I don't know some of you here. He's like, but I'm expecting this will be the last time I ever see you.
Ideally, we kill Iymrith, capture Iymrith, be on our way. I don't know how likely that is to happen, to be honest. If we can just capture Iymrith, we think we can stop their entire ritual.
He said that don't attack her head on. He said your Zents, your Harpers. He said play smart.
I would love to lay her out of her nest.
Well, there's someone here who knows some things. So
I thank him for helping us. I say, y'all guys ready?
anything else anybody wants to ask him? No? Alright, moving on. So, where are you going to go, Rhykerr, to cast this spell? That takes 8 people, if they're willing, to a fixed location that you know of.
A fixed location that I'm intimately familiar with.
Once you know the amphitheater is her lair.
Yeah. I know the entrance is on the stage.
Which is right there at the very top of it. See where it's all crumbled down?
But we don't want to fight her in there.
You may not have a choice.
I tell you, if we do go into the belly of the beast, we'll all be close enough to me that my magic will aid you in resisting to be scared of it.
I am not scared of Mother. I would never be scared of her.
She's tougher in there, but
I would be
have,
foolish to not respect her power and her might, or acknowledge our risk of dying, but I would never be scared of her.
does she have anything inside of there, like a different room that has something valuable to her that we could possibly take?
Treasure hoard.
Treasure hoard? She doesn't have like an egg clutch or anything. I don't
No,
know.
her eggs are born.
Yeah.
She has many children
Yeah.
who are.
I won't lie,
busy.
I may have wanted one of her eggs.
Yeah.
But
I'm just saying, if we was able to grab something out of there and then let her know on the way out, she would probably be angry and come out.
We're just gonna throw this out there. There's one thing that no one has brought up, that no one's thought about, and it's been a recurring theme. And I'm just throwing it out there when it comes to these dragons. And I'm just waiting for somebody to bring it to attention.
anything that's going with the dragons.
It can teleport.
Yeah, it can teleport. That can.
I believe it can scry.
Do you know where the
I'm just saying, in this blue dragon thing you've been stuck into, between her and Iymrith.
Honor challenges.
What do you mean by that?
If we challenge her outside her lair, she may feel obliged to accept the challenge.
That would just be one of us.
I feel she is arrogant enough to fight us all.
But you said you wanted her away from her lair.
That's one way. What about the half dragon? Where does he stay in this palace, protection, whatever this thing is?
I assume in my former chamber with him.
What if we teleport in there?
Then we would be in the lair.
But do you think we could kill him and take the crown before she got in there?
We cannot kill him. Let me make this very clear. If we
Oh, we
kill
kill him,
him,
it goes to the-
we lose this war.
What if we get in there and we take the crown from him?
I would much rather bring him back with us. I wish to have words with my former brother now, I suppose.
Okay, so
No, there's still some bloodline there.
so where should we go to challenge her to get her to go outside? Should we go in there first?
No, I would know if the amphitheater, like the stage itself, will be considered part of her lair, would not?
The whole thing is her lair, above and below ground.
You could send her a message challenging her.
Oh dear God.
Okay, to kind of put this into perspective, okay, you're looking at this amphitheater, right?
Yeah.
Now, there are, I think, 4, maybe 5 rooms that size below the amphitheater.
Yeah.
So her lair is very massive, just like any ancient dragon's lair would be.
Yeah. I think it was probably like miles long.
And see, and it's in a forgotten dwarven city that the Netherese they took over, and now it's been lost in time since their fall and shit. So
All we have to do is challenge her outside of her lair. That should be simple enough. I don't want to teleport into the heart of it and leave ourselves open. We do not know how much influence she has over the UNT as well.
So we teleport on the outside of it. I send a spell saying if she's worthy to come out here and combat us.
Her and Iymrith against us.
Kill her, take Iymrith alive?
Yes.
Okay.
At least without her lair, we stand a modicum of the chance.
Sunrath carries that blade. If somebody was able to get that blade from him, just to throw it away from him, he's probably not near as powerful.
Iymrith is arrogant, but he's dealable. He's not as strong as he claims. He
I've seen
requires physical competition in order to boast his ego to compensate for other deficiencies.
I kind of look towards Leosin.
That's a short dick joke.
Yeah, he's got EDF.
See, Leosin, maybe you can use what I've seen you use before to combat him without killing him.
He says it's true, but he did defeat half of us last time. And that was by himself.
Yeah.
We've gotten stronger since then.
True.
So is
And
he?
so maybe one of us is just a match for him, but together, are we even a match for Iymrith? That's the real question.
We'll die finding out.
That we will.
I fear that Iymrith will flee if Iymrith is to die if we don't have eyes on him.
Will Iymrith flee? If taking injuries too badly, will she flee?
I would like to think she's more prideful than that. She's not a coward.
So she'll fight to the end.
Like I said, I like to think that she's more prideful than a coward.
Okay.
But I have
Well-
respect for her still.
So where are you teleporting to? I mean, you know this ruined city. You've been here plenty of times.
If I just appear in front, like in her chamber, we die. We die. I will simply teleport to the amphitheater so we can proclaim our challenge.
By yourself.
By myself?
By yourself? You said I will.
Oh,
Teleport.
teleport us.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I would love to see her again. I truly would, but I'm not foolish.
What if we show up in there and she starts attacking us? The challenge becomes much difficult.
I could challenge Iymrith for the crown.
Leosin asked, but do you think Iymrith would allow him to do such a thing?
I do not know. He will not go against Mother.
Can you defeat him?
He's always fond for her attentions. I have defeated him. My crown was not just. I have earned it.
If she would fall for that, I'm behind it.
I know Iymrith, Seven, Iymrith, Fulam, Rasmir. I've known these people for 5 to 6 years.
So, your plan is to teleport there and challenge her. Oh, and then get her to take the fight away from her lair.
Yes. Layer actions suck ass.
It's true. I mean, roll me a common knowledge.
Yeah, no, it's already 2 on the die.
You have advantage when it comes to dragons, remember?
Oh shit, that's right. Okay, that is 13.
You would think being all about honor between her and Iymrith might be able to talk her out of not using glare action.
That will be great. But that'll work. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
But in game, do we know what lair actions are?
No.
I know she can manipulate the world around her later, and that's what I'm trying to express.
We will fight her on a
It's-
neutral battlefield.
So, this is your plan.
Yes,
You're going to try to talk her into fighting you fair and square.
yes.
If it don't work, we're gonna fight for our lives.
Alright, so get everybody together,
Yes.
fixate yourself in the amphitheater or outside the amphitheater.
About where we're on the map.
Okay. Because, I mean, you can see that's inside the amphitheater. This whole thing is the amphitheater.
Yeah.
Alright, so,
Right before we teleport, I'll pull out the wand and give it to Rhykerr and tell him I want it back when we're done.
Of course,
You
yes.
said there's Yantees in here?
Yeah, there's a group of them here.
Tell Rupert, if these, what they look like snake people?
They're snake people. Some of them look like snakes. Some of them look like humans.
humanoids.
Yeah, that look kind of like they have some snake features. Some of them have humans that have snakes for arms.
I asked Rupert, if we get in here and it goes south, I tell the animal as I pet him, you kill all the snakes you see.
And he just kind of roars. So, so with that, you've cast this spell. You guys did get sleep before you've done all this, correct? Okay, so it's morning time. You've already went to Everland. You've teleported it from Everland, and the next thing you know, you're surrounded by sand and very worn, old, collapsed buildings. And before you stands a fallen amphitheater. When you get to looking through all the sand and whatnot blowing around, you notice there's figures moving around the amphitheater, around its seats, starting to crawl over its walls, and they're gargoyles. Vesper and Luda, the first thing that comes to your mind is the caravan.
Shit.
When you had seen the gargoyle.
Yeah.
And it had ran away with something. You wasn't sure what it was. But now, here you are, once again, gargoyles all about.
I was so picky then, trying to find out what that was.
I bet it was a damn mask. There was a mask there the whole time, I guarantee you.
The wind's biting with the sand. I gaze across the whole field, and then I just shout out, "Mother!"
Tell your children not to walk my way. I've been waiting for that for like weeks.
Your son has returned.
As soon as he says this, the wind picks up and the sand stings your exposed skin. And there's a low rumble, and you can feel the sand beneath you shift. All the gargoyles start to act frantic, and you can tell they're excited. And from where this amphitheater is cracked, there's this space maybe 8 foot tall and maybe 10 foot wide. And from it, you see a claw hand reach out, and the sand shifts around it, and then you see another one. And slowly, the sand starts to rise, and it parts as you see Iymrith's head slowly come out of it. And she crawls out of this crack that you would never think she could crawl out of. And sand just slowly begins to pour off of her. She says, "Son, I've been expecting you."
I would never be gone for too long, Mother.
She says, "Only a son would come so close to his mother and be foolish enough to do so."
We've come to challenge you.
She kind of cocks her head back. She smiles. "You are a fool. A bigger fool than I thought. You come here to challenge me." And she's kind of looking around at the amphitheater.
Gargoyles start going crazy?
Yes.
A fair fight.
Think of them kind of like flying monkeys and
That's what I'm
Wizard of
thinking
Oz.
of.
Yeah.
Or the monkeys will go like, what's it?
Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, Planet of the Apes.
So,
They go crazy.
A fair fight. You need not manipulate the sands or the winds or the minions. Just you and us.
she says, she looks around each one of you, and you think it enough.
I think it's an attempt. You should be more than capable.
She says, "And if I accept, none of you run."
I would never dream of leaving your side again.
And you know her word, that's her bond. She's like, "None of you," and she kind of looks you all over. "This is a challenge to the death. Do we agree?"
I'll pull my sword out. To the end.
We agree, Mother.
Moment.
As you guys start to, accept this, the winds start to swirl around this amphitheater. It's almost like you're caught in a cyclone. It's like a big sandstorm around you. And she says, great, because there's nothing for you here. I accept your challenge. Roll initiative.